Hi, welcome back. This is Python Essentials, and in this lesson we're going to go through a few basics. We're going to go through the print function. We're going to use the print function so we can print onto multiple lines. We're going to look at line breaks in the print function. We're going to generate an error because that comes up quite often. We're going to use some comments so that we can see what's going on with our code or explain to somebody else, and we're going to wait for the user to be able to respond and end our programs. Now, I'm not going to do any of the coding. I'm here with Henry and he's going to do the coding. Say hello, Henry.
Hi.
Alright, so here we go. We're just going to start with a basic print function. So just type print and we'll have hello world. Oh, hang on a second. There we go. We're going to try one more time. There we go. Yep. Excellent. Now we're going to run this. Now you can't see this, but at the top of your screen or at the top of the idle window, it's going to say run, and you then need to select run module. Now you will also see that you could just press F5 on your keyboard. I'm going to click the run module first, and I'm going to see what happens. Oh, okay. So first things first. Always asks us to save a program before it'll let it run it, so we're going to do that straight away. I don't know where this is going to save. Let's just have a look and really think this bit through. I'm going to go to the desktop on my computer, but if you go into my documents, that will be absolutely fine. I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call it Python. If you can call that Python for me, please, Henry. Thank you. And we're going to click create, and we'll just call this hello world. And it's always a good idea. See what it does here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, genius. So there we go. He's put a little underscore in the look between hello and world, so it's one continuous file name. That's good practice. And then we're just going to go ahead and click save. So now it runs, and there we go. In the shell on the other side of the screen, it has put hello world, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so that's how to use the print function. Right, we're just going to change this and swap it out a little bit. So we'll delete that. And this time we're going to use some triple quotes with the print function. So let's see how Henry deals with this, see if he can do this. Give it a try, see what happens. Oh, not quite. Okay, so triple quotes means 3 lots of double quotes. There we go, perfect. Now what you can actually do is press enter, and now you can type. So put hello world, and press enter. And on the next line you can put how are you all doing today. Yep, and then to finish it, if we go to the next line and we put the triple quote, close the bracket, and we're going to run this again. This time we're just going to press F5 on the keyboard, and we've got to save it, so just press enter, and there we go. That's done exactly the same thing for us. Okay, but he's put it on 2 lines. Right, now if you want, you can pause the video and you can give those 2 things a try. And then when you come back, we'll have a look at line breaks. Okay, let's hope that you've tried that and that was successful. We're going to have go at line breaks, which kind of do a similar thing to the triple quotes, but does it in a slightly different way. So we're just going to put a regular print function. So go ahead, that's it. And we'll put hello. We're going to use a special way to be able to do this. We're going to use a slash and the letter N, and then we're going to put world. A backslash. Henry's asking, is it a backslash? Well, we're going to find out in a minute, aren't we? So we're going to put world. He's now looking a little bit worried because he's not tried this in a while. So all on the same line here, and close your speech mark and bracket. Okay, so let's go ahead and just run that. There we go. Hello and world are on separate lines. Now, can you see how world is indented? Do you know why world's indented, Henry? Alright, so take the space out after the slash N and just rerun it and see if it does it again. There we go. Okay, so something we'd all do, so it's absolutely fine. Alright then, so now we are deliberately going to write a little function and we're going to misspell the word print so that we can generate an error. do nicely. There we go. There we go. Let's run that one. F5 to run. And we get an error, look, and this error comes up a lot. It says name error. And the name error that's an error is print, because that doesn't exist in the computer, not in Python at least, unless we create it as a custom function, which we're not going to do too much later on. So here is a function, and this is the problem. So you look for the error, and then you go, oh yeah, I know what I've done there. Okay, and then it actually says here, look, did you mean print? Wow, it's almost as smart as Google, look. There we go. So we're just going to correct that and type the I in, run it again, and it works perfectly. So a good thing to look for, you get this color coding, they call it pretty printing. Okay, so if there isn't the colors on the functions, the chances are you've done something wrong, so there's something to look for. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to use some comments. So it's going to leave this line in up here. We're going to press enter a couple of times to get the cursor back to the beginning. Thanks, Henry. There we go, and we're going to use a hash symbol and then put a space. And then we're just going to type what the next bit of code does. So the next bit of code will output hello world. Okay, now when we run this bit in red up here isn't going to print out on the screen, only the hello world. Let's test that and see. Okay, so it looks exactly as the one before, but the comment is helpful. If you were working with, say, 2 or 3 other programmers and you wasn't there, that comment could actually help them understand what's going on in the next bit. And it might be you were writing a bit of program, and that program doesn't actually, it doesn't work yet. And you put a comment and it says the next bit isn't working, it's a bit buggy, and then somebody else might come to it and help you fix that. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in a little a new function, and this function is going to basically tell the user to press the enter key. So we're just going to use input. I'm going to open a bracket, and we're just going to type press the enter key to finish. Or to exit, that's probably better. Press the enter key to exit. There we go. And if we run that one, hello world, press the enter key to exit, we press enter, oh, we press print. Why did it do print? Try it. There we go, that was really bizarre. We're going to run that one more time just to see why that happened. So just press enter. There we go, it worked. Must have accidentally tapped on something else on the keyboard. Never mind, works now. Okay, so here's your challenges. Way to write some programs. One that creates an error on purpose so that you can explain what that error is and remember how to fix it. Write a program that says hello and then has your name after it. The program should end when the user presses enter. So very similar to what we've just got on screen now. And write a program that prints your favorite quote and gives credit to the author of the quote on the very next line. There's 2 different ways or 3 different ways of doing that. You can do it whichever way you prefer.